Hello, we're in the bowels of Oracle Arena after a 125-101 win by the Warriors. In a game in which Kevin Durant was out and Steph Curry had a bit of a good game with 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Mark, what did you see from the team overall without Kevin Durant today?
Well, it wasn't just Steph Curry. I mean, Klay Thompson did what he normally does, but it was a cast of a lot of different guys. You know, Andre Iguodala getting his first start in almost 2 years, offering some versatility on both ends. Draymond Green basically doing the same thing, and then a lot of bench guys. You know, Nick Young scoring, being a facilitator, defending. Omri Caspi having a season high in points and cutting really well, and Sean Livingston doing the same. Host of big men with JaVale McGee, David West. Basically, I'm rattling off a lot of names because that shows the Warriors have a lot of depth. And they've been through this before. Last season, Kevin Durant was hurt for like 22 games. They got by. So to take, one game out of this, probably not significant. Draymond Green basically said as much. But I think because it's so early in the season and there are a lot of new guys, coming off the bench, I think it was still, fairly significant with just, showing more signs of growth.
Let's get one more back to Steph Curry. He had 5 turnovers tonight, but Steve Kerr said in the post-game presser that, he'll kind of live with it as long as it's creative. How do you kind of have that balance of his creativity but having those turnovers under control?
Yeah, I mean, basically the good with Steph Curry vastly outweighs the bad. But Steph Curry, was very contrite, saying that, put the blame on me as far as the team's sloppiness. He had 5 turnovers, and the fact of who he is on the team, he felt like, his kind of laziness and penchant to be fancy kind of set a bad tone for the rest of the team. So I think, to answer your question of, like, where the fine line is, it's pretty simple. Like, be creative, be your own player, but you don't need to throw behind-the-back passes all the time. You don't need to throw cross-court just to put on a show, make the simple pass, hit some singles instead of trying to hit home runs. But I think Steve's willing to live with it because Steph basically does everything else well on the floor.
Lastly, what does it say about this team that they can win a game without a superstar talent like Kevin Durant?
Well, here's the thing. Like, there's a huge difference between winning one game without a star player versus winning a lot of games. I don't know if the Warriors are capable of doing that right now. I mean, they have a lot of talent, but just in terms of some of their early season hiccups. But I think it at least illustrated, compared to what they were going through at the beginning of the season, where, look, they weren't really winning a lot of games. They had a lot of bad defensive performances. This showed that they've made a lot of strides in improvement in those areas, enough where no KD isn't really an issue. Again, the standard is much higher for the Warriors because of their success, the fact that they've done this for a much longer body of work last season. But I think in the context of this season right now, it is definitely a huge turning point.
Well, there you have it. For Mark Medina and myself, Logan Murdoch, we'll talk to you soon.